Hi everyone, this is Leon, and today we're doing another episode of Pride in Providence. This is a three-part series with Cub Pack.
239 Blessed Sacrament.
Okay, and this is the pack leader, Zach. And what project are you guys currently working on? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
We're currently doing the Pinewood Derby. It's the first year that I've been able to provide the Pinewood Derby to the boys of any of my units. It's a great experience. I got to do it 3 times when I was a Cub. The boys make these little Pinewood Derby cars. They race them down a track. And the fastest cars I'm actually going to be able to take to a regional Pinewood Derby where the boys will be able to race against other boys throughout the state and be exposed to what other Boy Scouts get to have. So it'll be a great experience for everybody.
Can you tell us a little bit about that and the process that the boys go through?
So typically the boys take their Pinewood Derby block home and they'll work on it with their families. I find that a little difficult sometimes. So what we actually did is we broke it up into 3 different weeks. The first week was the design week. The boys learned all about the science behind the Pinewood Derby, physics, which is a monster of a beast for the boys to understand, but they actually really do get the handle of it. And then they design their car what they want it to look like. I then take it, I cut it up for them, I make it look as best as I can for them. Then week 2, what they do is they sand the cars up, they make them nice and smooth, they paint them, they put their designs on them. We let them dry for a week. Then week 3, they're going to install the wheels, and they're going to race them down the track, and we're going to have some fun with it. Okay, I'm still working on it. I'm still working on the paint a little bit. Okay, but you might wind up with something that looks like that. Okay, but your initial, what you're going to have
Which one's the front?
is you're going to get a block of wood. Okay, you guys see this block? Just a plain old hollow block of wood. Okay. Today, you're going to design your Pinewood Derby car. Okay. Next week, you're going to sand and paint your Pinewood Derby car. Then the week after, we're going to race each other. Okay. And now the top 2 people from the race in 2 weeks, I'm going to invite to go to a regional championship. And you guys can race against a bunch of other Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts from around Rhode Island. Does that sound pretty cool?
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to take this serious. And you want your car to be the fastest car. Okay? We'll pass this around. I want you to feel the edges. Okay. Kind of rough, right? Kind of sharp.
Yeah.
Okay. Next week after I cut them, you're going to take something called sandpaper. You're going to sand them down and make them nice and smooth. Okay? Feel the edges on my car. Darius, pass it around. Feel the edges on my car. Feel how soft they are, how smooth. So the sandpaper, what it's going to do is it's going to make your Pinewood Derby car very, very smooth. Okay, it's going to take any imperfections out of the wood, and when you paint it, it's going to come out nice and smooth. Okay, but before you do any of that, you're going to design your car. Okay, that's why you have this paper and a pen today. So you're going to take your block, and not right now. And what you're going to do is you're simply going to trace it. Okay, so you're just going to put it down on your paper. You draw edge to edge. You know, something that looks like that. Okay. Now, does anybody think they know why I'm having you draw it on a piece of paper before you draw it on your block? CJ?
You don't want to get any mistakes.
You don't want to have any mistakes. Anybody else?
You want to know what you're doing
You
before.
want to know? Exactly. You want to have an idea. You want to know what you want to have, okay? You know how many times I drew a Pinewood Derby car on my paper before I said, that's what I want to have? I probably did maybe 9 or 10 different designs before I was like, I like that. Okay, so it takes a little bit of thinking. Okay? And it also has a lot to do with science. And you guys like science? Okay. Have you ever heard of physics?
Yes.
Okay. Physics is the science of physical science. Okay, it's what makes things move. And in your case, it's what makes your car move. Okay, it's going to go down the track. Now there's these little things you can't see. Wave your hands like this. Everybody feel the air against your hand? Okay. You can't see them, but there's these little itty bitty things called molecules. And these are actually air molecules. Okay, everybody see that? We're going to pretend there's only 6, but there's millions and millions and billions of them. You can't see them. Have you ever gone down a hill and felt the wind blowing in your face?
Yes.
on like a bike or a scooter, or tube, sled, something like that. Okay, you feel that air against your face. Hold on, CJ. So that's air molecules hitting you. It's wind. Okay? And what it is it's slowing you down whether you think it is or not. Okay? So when your car is going down the track, okay, these air molecules are going to hit it. Now, do you think if I just said, you know what, this is going to be my car, is my car going to be fast or slow?
Slow.
You think it's going to be slow? Why?
The reason why it's going to be slow because it's going to have a bigger front. So the bigger the front, the more air molecules it will catch. The more air molecules it will catch, the slower it will go.
Very good, CJ. Okay, so we're going to pretend that all 6 of these are going to hit. Okay, so I'm going to draw that. Still using 6. Okay. How many's going to hit it at the very beginning? Okay, compared to this one, how many will hit at the very beginning? Come on.
One.
Just one, right? Because it's the furthest point, right? How about this? 2. 3. 4. Okay. You notice how gradually, how more hit it, but it takes a longer time for them to hit it? Okay. That's actually going to cause the car to go faster because less of them are hitting it to slow it down, right? Okay. So do you think having a big boxy front is a good idea?
No.
Having a nice, sharp, maybe angle, okay, is a good idea. And I'm going to give you guys a hint about a really fast car design, okay? You take your car. Take the block. We're going to turn it into this. Oh, I call it the pizza slice. Okay. Let's take a look at the air molecules now. How many hits at the beginning?
1. 2.
Only one hit that. There's like only 2.
You're right. Only a few hit it at a time. And what happens when, so if you've ever seen like skateboarding or something, what happens when somebody goes off a ramp? They go up it and over it, right? So what do you think's gonna happen to that air molecule? It's gonna hit the front of your car
And go up and over.
and go right up and over. So that's maybe a good idea, okay? I'm gonna give you guys a hint. You can either go for fast, you guys can go for cool, okay? It doesn't matter, it's your car, this is your project. All you're doing is everything. All I'm doing is cutting your car so you're safe,
Aww.
okay?
Yeah.
This is your project. I'm not drawing it for you, so don't ask me, okay? You guys just learned physics, okay? And you seem to all understand the physics behind what we're doing. All right, so what you're gonna do is I want you to open up your Pinewood Derby box. You should have 1 block, 4 nails, 4 wheels, a sticker pad with numbers on it, and a directions kit, okay? When you're done counting your nails and your wheels, you're gonna take them and you're gonna put them in this box. That way we don't lose them. All right, awesome. So the reason that you do this is because it gives you a what?
It gives you an idea.
It gives you an idea, it gives you a plan. And the reason I'm having you do it 5 times is because you might say, I want to have a Corvette. Done. Oh, that's kind of, oh, you know what? Lamborghini.
I don't know what that is. Sounds like you need
Okay.
this.
So the reason I'm having you come up with more than one idea is you might get to your 5th idea and say, I like that one the most. Or you might look at it and say, I want to combine number 1 and number 5. And you trace out another block and you make block number 6, and that's what you're going to do. Okay? Well, what Mr. Zach's going to do is he's going to watch what you're doing. And the reason is that I have to cut the wood to make it look like the car that you want. Okay? And there's certain things I can and I can't do. So I can't do like loop-de-loops. And I can't do windows, and I can't do little mirrors or little working doors. Okay? So those are all things that you're going to add on by paint. Okay? But the design of your car is the most important thing. You have to like it. And if you don't like the way it's designed, you're designing it, not me, right? But if you design something and you draw it on your thing before I can say, don't do that, and then I bring it into you next week and you go, that's not what I drew on my car, I'll tell you, you didn't wait for me. Okay? So we'll work together to make sure that you have a car that you really, really like. All right? So when you draw it, okay, when we look at cars, we tend to look at them like this. Anybody know what kind of figure this is?
Figure digger.
Nope.
Oh, yes.
What?
Triangle.
Nope.
A man.
Called a
Three-way.
3D, three-dimensional figure, okay?
Oh,
Because it has depth to it, okay? And what that means is I can kind of see
You can kind of
the
see.
rest of it, okay? So when I look at Bobby, I can kind of see like the curve on his face, and I can see a little bit behind his ear back there and stuff, okay? But if I was looking at Bobby on a poster, all I can see is flat Bobby, right?
Yeah.
That's called 2D, two-dimensional, okay? So when you draw, you guys see how I drew it like this?
That's
I have
interesting.
what's called one dimension. There's one depth to it. It's the side view, okay? And you guys got to draw the side view of your car. All right? So when you draw on your block, you're not going to put windows or anything. You're just going to draw that simple side view, okay? You guys understand?
Mm-hmm.
Questions?
How do you draw old school?
How do I draw a what?
Old school car.
Old school car? Think about it. Maybe I'll look it up on my phone and I'll show you. Okay? Bobby.
Can you
I
do
go
like a
get mine?
design like,
Yes, you can.
can you like do like a design like this?
Like a lightning bolt?
No, like the Batmobile?
Well, why don't you draw it and then we can talk about it.
Okay.
All right? Go to work then. All right, you guys can draw. Come up with your ideas.
I have like air molecule would hit it and it would probably go faster.
Okay. So I'm gonna talk to you about your design. Okay.
Or like this.
Take a look. See these right here? These go. Okay. So see here, there's one hole here and one hole here. Those are where your wheels are gonna go. Does the front of your car even meet where the front wheel is? No. And is this too thin to even put a nail through for your other wheel? So when you draw your car, I understand that you want to have it thin and skinny, right? You want to have it thin and skinny, but you kind of want to have it
trying to see like
a little thicker. Enough wood where your wheels will be able to go
Or
on.
probably like this.
So if you just went
no.
like this on all your blocks and you were just kind of like, okay, yep, I like that, yep, let me do that. Take some time and think about it. Okay, I like that, CJ. That's pretty cool. Okay, think about it. Why don't you do some more?
Gives me ideas so I can think at
All right,
home.
Let me see a pen. Think about it. I'm gonna take off these couple ones, you know. That's fine. The thing I like about Kevin is but make sure, Cameron, you use
I
what?
like this.
The entire block, right?
I like this.
Beautiful. You did it perfect, CJ. I like it a lot. I put your name on the bottom?
Now, see, we'll take this home.
So
and
now
then
what
you
I'm
can
gonna do,
color it,
CJ,
so that way,
is
next
I'm gonna give
week,
you another piece of paper.
okay, we can color it on here.
Yeah.
Okay?
copy your design.
Does that make
from this.
sense?
Okay, I'm gonna take this and put it in the box. And what you can actually do is you can actually design it how you want it to look. So, color, alright?
It's gonna stop it, right?
First like that, but then it's
But
gonna
see, the
stop
problem
right
is, it's gonna stop it here.
here. Yeah, it's a thin piece right here. Yeah. So it won't be able to go that fast.
A little thing like that. So it
That's
kind of
really
looks like the where the,
Yeah,
the fire comes out. You know what I'm saying? Cut that out like that.
Okay.
Okay, where I'm coloring is where the wood will be big. Okay. And then your exact design. But when you're
That
drawing,
is-
Bobby, you see how you have your wheel wells here?
Yeah.
Okay, don't worry about the wheel wells.
I
They're gonna be down here,
Okay.
alright?
Here, that's fine.
But I'm wondering if you can actually put it where you want.
Nope,
Nope.
nope.
So you see where those are?
Yeah.
Those can't move. They gotta stay there, okay?
Okay.
Alright. Coming up with more designs, Mr. Cameron? What color is it gonna be?
There you go.
Well, that's part of the design.
So you need that there, okay?
Okay.
So that way he doesn't cut off that block.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Zach. Can you actually know near the wheels that this is that?
How would you like to do one? You wanna do one? Not only do you have competition against each other, you're gonna have competition against this very special little girl.
Okay.
And don't be fooled, because I've seen girls win before.
Yes.
So try your best, okay?
Nice.
Hey. I think everyone likes this idea.
Bobby, how's that look?
Okay. Yeah, that's
You
good.
like that?
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Bobby, I think what I can do too is when I cut it, I can probably cut it a little bit further in with that wood, and then bring it up a little bit more. Yes, sir.
Oh, when I drew this, I wasn't happy about the outer shell.
Yeah.
So I did this.
Yep.
And I put like,
Cool. Okay, Bob. So now you're gonna take your Batmobile design, you're just gonna write black, 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 yellow. A Volkswagen bug.
No.
No? You want a tractor trailer truck?
Oh,
What
yeah.
car do you want? You want a princess car? I don't know if I can make you a princess car. I'm gonna make one princess car. Here, you draw the block.
That's what we do.
Well, you can tell me what size you're gonna do. I'll tell you what kind of design you want to draw.
no, I did marker.
You go this way. Okay. The first one you made too, huh?
I'm gonna try that one.
Was that good?
Princess car.
And let's have your princess car? Okay. Let's look at a very good looking princess car. I don't think that the boys are gonna have a hard time getting it down to that.
I don't waves do really good things like that.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
So today, you guys designed your car. And I tried my best not to help in any way, because this is your project, okay? So you guys designed your car, then what did you do?
We gave it on the block.
You put it on the block, right? And that might be the hardest part of the entire thing, is putting it on the block. It's kind of nerve-wracking, isn't it? It's like, what if I mess up? Mr. Zach's not gonna give me another block. But it's okay, because we can fix our mistakes, and I can help you out with that, okay? Then what did you do? After you put it on the block, CJ?
Design, then we choose the color.
You designed, you made your color scheme for next week, but maybe you might change it again next week, right? When you see what colors I bring. Maybe I bring this crazy green and you're like, my shark's gonna be green. Okay, so who knows? But this is your project, okay, guys? Wish me luck this week. Hopefully I come back next week with all 10 fingers, okay? I'll try not to. But good job today. I hope you guys are excited about this. Are you excited about this? This is really cool, huh? It's something you haven't been able to do ever since you joined Boy Scouts, right? This is new.
Like 3
Because
years.
of you.
So this is really exciting, and I'm really glad you guys get to do it, okay? Any other questions for today? CJ?
And the reason why it's also nerve-wracking, because you said the two people that won the race, you said that they're gonna go and do, be other.
I'm gonna sign you guys up for a regional championship. That's pretty cool, huh? Absolutely.
And even going in last place would be really cool.
Hey, you got to go, right?
Yeah.
It's really cool. I'm excited, okay? So next week, we'll sand, we'll paint. The week after, we'll race. You guys will take your cars home. All right? Awesome. So why don't you
I believe this week we're going to be watching the boys do the designs on the cars.
Yeah, this week they'll be sanding and they'll be painting.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Zach, for your time, and we'll look forward to next week's episode.
Great, thank you, Leon.
All right.
You're gonna take your cars, and you're gonna sand them, and you're gonna paint them. But before you do that, you gotta see what they came out with, all right? You gotta let me know how I did. Open them up.
Oh, thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All the cues are gonna hit right here. And go right over.
You can break this though.
Mine's gonna go like this. It's gonna go like
Everybody's gonna get a piece of sandpaper today. Okay?
Paper.
I was thinking paper.
Just feel it with your fingers.
It feels like real sand.
It's rough, right?
Yeah, it's
Sandpaper is really, really great at making things really, really smooth, okay? But you felt how rough it is, right?
Yeah.
So what you're not gonna do is you're not gonna run it on your fingers, okay?
That hurts.
You're not gonna do it on your arm or anywhere like your chin, chin, chin. You're not gonna do it on the table. The only place you're gonna do it on is your car. So sandpaper, guys, it's rough. When you run it across things, it makes it really smooth. But you think just kind of doing it like this will make it work? No, you gotta apply pressure. Okay, you're not gonna do it until I tell you. Now watch how. Notice how I'm concentrating on one spot. I'm not moving away from that one spot, am I?
And you can see all that stuff.
Now that's like sand.
So I've got something called sawdust coming up. Now you guys want to make your entire car that smooth. So run your finger over your car, okay? Figure out where the rough spots are, where it's really rough.
everywhere.
Right here, right here.
Even on the sides though. The sides might feel smooth, but you still want to sand them,
I gotta do this.
okay? The smoother you make your car, the better the paint is going to go on. So we're going to work on making your paint sit really nice, okay?
Still thinking
So, you want to do all your edges, okay? And we talked about it last week, how cars are rounded, right? They don't really have sharp edges anywhere. So if you take it and you just run it on the edge, what happened there, Kamara? Did it round? Okay, now run your finger on the edge there. It's not sharp anymore, is it? Okay, so you're going to do that to your entire car. Now listen, Mr. Zach has a ton of sandpaper. So go to town, make it nice and smooth, take your time, do the entire car, do your edges, the back. You can do the bottom. I recommend when you fold it in half, kind of like I did, you run it in that little cut where the wheels are gonna go. Okay, make it nice and smooth.